friends to the Beaver Dam. Ah! Panic. Panic now. It's time for panic farms, guys. We're doing some roster reviews, and then we're going to go through some panic farms. What panic farms are where we go through your rosters. Instead of focusing on a full roster review, we're focusing on what you can get done before Grand Arena lock-in next week. So we're going to be doing some of that. It's been kind of a crazy week, but it is good to be here in the Beaver Dam with you guys. Welcome, welcome, my friends. Let's hop straight into some Conquest, and then we will jump right into some panic farms. So I'm actually just farming feats primarily right now. Let's see, what feats do I need to work on? Okay, we need to work on... not Galactic Republic, it'd be Jedi. Who are we missing? We're missing Jedi Knight Revan, and we are missing good old Master Qui-Gon. So how is everyone doing today in the Beaver Dam? Good to see each and every one of you. Already got your 580 key cards, only 50 left for a red crate. Heck yeah, Alex Archie, that's what I'd like to hear. Oh, don't ya? Favorite anime show ever? Invader Zim. Invader Zim is the one I'm going with. I also really liked old Teen Titans and old Batman Beyond. Solid shows. I used to watch Batman Beyond constantly as a kid. Same with Teen Titans. Hadn't thought of Invader Zim in a long time. Oh yeah. Rick and Morty, it's the only animated show I watch. I watched Rick and Morty the first time and I found it entertaining, and I tried to rewatch it and it just wasn't entertaining to me anymore, which is kind of sad. It doesn't have much rewatchability in my opinion. I haven't watched the last, I think, 2 seasons maybe. Claim to Fame. I don't think I've watched that one, Master Jedi. Hello, Red Destroyer. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Good to see you here. Hey, Agent Ross, welcome, welcome, my friend. Doing the most fun game mode in the game, Conquest. You got 1 gear piece left to get my gas to gear 13? Heck yeah, dude. Do you have some Zetas on that guy, too? Do you guys know that Rabbit Beaver is double jointed? I mean, I am, but how would you know that, Caleb Wheeler? And, you know, you can do the whole thing where you just move the tips of your fingers, stuff like that. It's weird. I used to freak kids out when I was young. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't because I was double jointed. I just enjoying freaking people out ever since I was a youngin'. Lucky guess. Fair enough. Trying to catch up on Conquest A. I'm in the same boat. Gotta do 5 accounts, on 1 on hard mode, 3 on normal, 1 on easy. Dude, yeah, so I have 3 accounts, and I just auto the other 2 accounts. If they can't make it any farther than I can auto, I don't care. That's as far as I'm gonna take those other accounts, is I hit auto, and that's it. This is the only account I actually put work into. Joke's on you. I don't know if that's actually double jointed, Master. That sounds more like you have very loose ligaments. Okay, I was about to use Ray, and then I remembered we need Ray in another area. Heck yeah, Wavy Tone, that's awesome, my friend. To stop farming C, I got halfway there. I mean, that's the thing though, is you're so close that I don't know if I would give up and move to a different farm. Like that's a hard question to answer, like, because if you're halfway to Sith Eternal, unless you're going for like Executor, you're kind of regressing your roster. Dang, we didn't land the ability block. That's unfortunate. Because like you're kind of regressing your account if you start pushing in a direction that doesn't make sense for your account. Like if you're pushing towards the rebels, like, yeah, it's going to be great for you in the long run, but it's going to harm your account in the short run because you're not getting your GL that you're so close to. Okay, Executor makes sense. Skipping out on Sith Eternal, go for Executor. You're not wasting your time, like you're not, you know, wasting the effort you've already put in. So I can 100% get behind that Red Destroyer. From farming JML, just waiting on Hermit Yoda shards. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh. He dodged it. Okay, I think this is the last battle we can actually afford with this team because Qui-Gon's looking like he's one-tappable at this point. And at this point, their Echo is faster than our JML. Oh, gosh. You play I'm a Whale by Otter without getting copyrighted? No, but I mean, it's not like this is a major stream or anything, so I will play the clean version that he sent me on stream today, and we will test it. Does Gas need his basic Zeta? He doesn't need it. Is it helpful? Yes. But he doesn't necessarily need it. In fact, I can see people arguing not dropping it. So let me kind of put it into perspective. So, we can actually do it right here. So if the first ability General Scour uses during his turn, he immediately uses special ability Telekinesis. Telekinesis, deal damage to target enemy. If possible, the attack will critically hit enemies with armor shred if the target enemy stays. Reduce General Skywalker's cooldowns by 1. So very, very nice. Obviously, this is very, very nice. So deal physical damage to target enemy. If possible, this attack will critically hit if they have armor shred. The reason it's important to critically hit is because critically hit upsets the cooldowns of the enemy. If the enemy is dazed, then it reduces his cooldowns. So overall, Telekinesis is super, super nice, but I can see an argument for leaving this one for a while because deal physical damage to target enemy, this attack can't be evaded, which means if he doesn't have his Zeta on his basic, he's going to basic twice, neither of which can be evaded. So that means if you don't have the Echo Zeta, then, you know, it'll be nice for those times when people have foresight and that kind of thing. And then on top of that, Echo will assist on both of these attacks instead of just the initial attack, because both will be basics instead of a basic and then a telekinesis. So I can see an argument for what you're saying of leaving it for now, but I do think every single one of his Zetas is important, as you can see by the fact that it critically hits, it reduces his cooldowns, increases enemies' cooldowns. So I can see an argument for it. One more. Can we squeeze out one more? Because if we can squeeze out one more right now, then I'm done with it and I don't have to touch it again. Wrong channel. Don't hurt him, please. Please don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we are good. There's our last one. Thank you for the nice gas mods. Yeah, I was doing I recently did my was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I did my battle for was it yesterday or the day before? I just haven't moved my mods around. Whatever it was, I was doing my stuff for my guild for Bo-Katan Mandalore event for Zepho, and then Reva for my Reva shards. That you've announced the next one. I did mention that I might do one this month before I go to working a normal job again. If so, I'm going to say we're gonna say 9/20. Let me check the date on that. I'll probably start on a Friday, and so whatever Friday that would be. Today's Saturday, so I think 20 is the Friday, right? Am I doing my math right? The Friday that yeah, this month, just because I'm going to be basically getting into a job and it'll be very, very busy after that, so. I've not gotten the Poncho Bros up to Relic. We just completed the challenge for getting Qui-Gon, like wins with Qui-Gon using JML. Nice, Apple E. Today's the day before my birthday, so we'll have a fun little birthday stream. I don't know if we'll do anything super special, but we'll do a stream on my birthday tomorrow. So, is Mod Mothma worth getting before CLS for the JML farm? I have 4 other rebels. I mean, yeah, Mon Mothma is a great team, especially if you're getting Luthen anytime soon, you dude. Yeah, Foo Dude, we're going to be doing Panic Farm, so we'll be taking a look at people's rosters. It'll be a little bit shorter than roster reviews overall, because I'll just be taking a quick look at your guys' rosters and just establishing if there's a farm that you can do before lock-in for Grand Arena, whether that's fixing a couple mods, getting one character up to Gear 13, that type of thing. Thank you, guys. I am turning 27, I think? I'm pretty sure I'm turning 27. I'll be turning the same age as the guy from that really old show. What show is that? Why is my brain spacing on it? Oh, How I Met Your Mother. He's 27 at the beginning of that show, if I recall. Perfect, Appley. Thank you. Who do you use with gas and threes? It really depends. Yes, getting old, Swag Frog. I'm getting old. What is your ship chart? I mean, it's primarily it's executors, profanities, and leviathans, with like the top 10 being mostly leviathans. But yeah, it really depends, Tomoy. I'm using I typically split it up in Shock T gets the other 2 clones on defense, and then I bring gas on offense so I can take down Malgus. And I use gas with 5s and Rex. But this time I'm trying something really interesting with my 3v3 defense. Like I put a lot of work in my 3v3 defense. So I've got Keller and Beck is with gas and GK. And then I've got Shock T with the 2 clones. And then I have these 2 clones with my Krex. And then I've got a this Qui-Gon team here, this Zori team, this Gungan team, and then this Rey team. So we'll see how it goes. It's a nasty defense to deal with. I still need to apply like datacrons and see what I have left over for datacrons for my defense. Unfortunately, I haven't been. Is that 5's lead? I think I have Rex lead. I'm not sure. I mean, I might need to switch it. I haven't looked at it since I was just. I was like, I couldn't sleep one night, and I was like, let's redo my GAC defense. Yeah, it's 5's lead. It's this one that we want. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing with my gas this time. I don't know if I'll get holds on it. It was an old thing that people were doing when the Keller and Beck cron was around, but considering how good Rex 5s is, I'm thinking that it's a good home for gas to try and catch people up. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious. There aren't, Foo Dude. It was probably just me being tired at 3 in the morning. Do you need Nihilist with Treya for 3v3, or can you leave this 3rd slot open? You can leave the 3rd slot open. In fact, I actually do better against JMLs in 3v3 with Treya, Vader, Savage as my 3. That's insane, Red Destroyer. Okay. Okay, so we finished that feat, so now we'll have another 15 here. This one's coming up. I'm kind of curious if I can actually, because obviously I don't have an Imperial Remnants team. They're missing C. Put some tenacity down on you guys. There we go. Easy. with Volatile Accelerator, Amplify Agony, and what's VV? VV. What is VV, my dude? It goes, Sirens. It's Conquest, but honestly, it's you think they are worth it? They're worth it as pilots, but the team's kind of falling out of favor overall, Nightmare. It's hard for me to justify the Bad Batch team at its current iteration. If we were to get like a lifter like Crosshair, I think we'd have a really good team going. Voluntary Vanguard, okay. I haven't seen a single vid if they are. I don't know, Appley. We can do some testing today if you'd like. I have Morgan Elsbeth and her at like year 7. I can pop them up to year 9 maybe, and then throw them with my Relic Night Sisters. So we can do some testing for you if you want me to try it. Highest Relic level for 501st, Relic 7. Yeah, so gas you can take up as high as you want, and I suggest he be the highest relic level on the team, but you can take him up as high as you want because you can he's a relic 9 requirement in rote, and so like you can argue that you'll use him in rote, and so you could bring him up to relic 9 if you want. Relic 8 for Ahsoka, you know, Relic 8 I believe for Lord Vader as well, so like don't feel bad about Relic 8ing your gas. And then the other one's Relic 7 because in rote there's a mission that requires Relic 7 501st. On top of that, you know, they're just great characters in general, and that's part of the Zepho missions, which the Zepho missions are kind of the next step for most players. So I would say don't worry about taking them past Relic 7. In general, Relic 5 is where I've kept them for most of the time that I've had them, and I'm only recently looking at Relic 7 just because of the overall like, you know, Zepho stuff. Hey Trey, welcome. How worth it is to drop for the new Great Mothers team? If you have the Night Sister, if you have the Night Sister Lightspeed bundle, I would say favorite Great Mother and Morgan Elsbeth and farm them at what shard drops. It's not going to take you a lot of work to put in to get them. It's not a whole lot of Zetas into the team. I think it's not a bad thing to, I wouldn't disrupt a farming path for it, but if you have a if you already have the Night Sister Lightspeed bundle, you'd be crazy not to take a break and grab those. So I deleted it, Trey, because I was, dude, I have had technology has hated me in the last 24 hours, and I have had such a headache getting everything worked out. I downloaded a new update for Outlaws because there was an update that dropped, and it like broke my PC. It started bottlenecking my CPU at 100%, and vice versa with my GPU after I fixed the CPU problem. I couldn't find a way to stream it anymore because for some reason it's just so intensive now that I just, since the update, that I can't stream it. Like I actually can't. And so I spent literally 3 hours last night from midnight to 3 in the morning trying to find a way to stream Outlaws on either of my channels. And it like broke a whole bunch of things in my PC overall. Like it took me another hour to figure out what was wrong with my music today. Like everything's just been falling apart on me. So I am trying my best to get things working. How many stars do you guys get in rote? I actually don't know offhand. It's mid 30s, I think, mid to high 30s. If you're gonna build Hunter, Tech, and Wrecker, you might as well build who is it? Hunter, Tech, Wrecker, and Echo. You might as well build Echo and then put it with Shock T and just not build up Omega and drop their Zetas and at least have a good team. So if you're gonna farm them up and get them to relic level for the ship, then I would invest in the team. Yeah. Don't half do it. It's too good of a team not to invest. It's like when I see a relic 8 Piet in people's rosters, I'm like, just go and get yourself some Imperial Troopers. It's such a waste to just sit there and have a relegate Piet that does nothing. Ugh. Didn't you stream at like 1 in the morning? I attempted to, and then everything was broken. And I shut down that stream because things were breaking, went to diagnose it, and then the whole thing just jumped up to 100% CPU usage and would not start up at all. And so I ended up having to like completely re-download the game. I tried verifying the files, integrity, for some reason it just does not play nice with OBS. The moment that I open up OBS or Streamlabs with that game, like even if I open the game by itself, it would still hit the 100% CPU usage at first until I fixed the problem. But even like now, if I open up my Streamlabs or my OBS and I try to open at the same time as it, if for some reason the OBS trying to stream the game causes my GPU to go up to 97% usage like immediately. It's insane. So if I'm a 8.2 mil GP with Inquisitors for Reva 3GL6, try to find another guild if there were only at 21 stars. Yeah, you're getting to that point where you've outgrown your current guild, and you could find a better guild. You could find a guild that's probably doing close to 30. It has some better raid stuff, but keep in mind if you do, you're gonna have to leverage your way. You don't really, I don't know if you have JKCK, but getting JKCK is a great way to leverage yourself into another Gilfu dude. But you are getting to that point where you're ready to push into a guild that's getting closer to 30, especially with JKCK. If you're looking for something competitive that's like pushing together, which is something that I highly suggest you do. Then you're going to want to look at JKCK, you're going to look at your raid teams and make sure you have some raid teams built. Yeah, I'm not going to go check out the roster itself, but yeah, that is a lot of money spent. Like I was talking to Darth Loquitur the other day. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. I'm not going to be honest. Because I've only seen it written. I've never actually heard his name said out loud. But he mentioned that in the grand scheme of math, if you were just spending money in a given day, $250 is the equivalent of 1 week of gear. And like that's not including, you know, pushing and trying to get the best deals and waiting for certain packs to come around and that kind of thing. But $250 is 1 week. And so if someone has that much, they're spending thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Which I knew a guy who used to spend $3,000 a week, and it was insane. Like I remember he spent like about $6,000 during the double drop event that year, and I was just like, this is insane. He maxed out all of his energy during the double drop event. Have I watched Nooch 2 Hyper series? No, I don't have time to watch most of the, like I don't even watch Arnold that often anymore. Respond to this real quick. Okay, there we go. Hey Lumar, welcome my friend. 3-star Endor Assault Battle, heck yeah. Dude, I've had people pop up in the comment section of that one, Tamoy, and it's just like, yeah, I used Gear 9 Imperial Super Commando and Garsax. I'm like, that's so awesome. I'm so glad it works. Okay, so you claim that they can do this one with okay, so let's remove a weak spot and let's add in a, I know I got one. There it is. So you're saying that this one can be done by these guys. So let's see. I don't have the Zetas is the problem. Is that Morse code, Caleb Wheeler? Let's throw it on auto and see. Yes, I'm doing specifically Panic Farm roster reviews, Chezeballz. So we'll be looking at Panic Farms and seeing if there's any Panic Farms that people can finish before GAC comes back. Would you look at that? That was solid. Yeah, I 100% agree, Foo Dude. I cannot wait for Dengar's ship. I'm excited for that. Oh yeah, $100 a week for a year. I remember when he started that. I haven't taken a look at like the overall, like how far it's come kind of thing. No idea when Dengar's ship is coming. We haven't had any like anything news-wise or like you know, anything coming in like the game assets or anything. Yeah, Red Destroyer, you missed that? Yeah, Dengar's getting a ship to make the Executor more viable on defense, but it's not supposed to lift it up when it goes against like Leviathan. Leviathan's still supposed to be a difficult battle, so I'm kind of curious how they're going to balance that, and I don't know. I'm kind of hoping. Oh my gosh, Lumar, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, my friend. I appreciate it. Congratulations to Swag Frog, Akina Fox, Kakio, Dark Ice, and Alex, my friends.
We would be honored if you would join us.
You are awesome, my friend. I really appreciate it. Is that my birthday present from you? Thank you.
Congratulations. You are being rescued.
I love that I added that. That is like one of my favorite things that we've added to the channel. Gotta start paying for that damn awesome beaver. Oh, it'll be so when a new ship comes out, the way that it works is it's a galactic chase, which means it'll be additive drops on a specific type of node. So like for instance, for every ship energy you spend, you will get shards for it, kind of like when you're going for a GL and you're getting tickets. It's the same kind of thing for a galactic chase event. And so if they're nice to us, they'll actually be fairly easy to get, at least at 5 stars for most people, if they just save up a bit of crystals. They've been very kind about the galactic chase events in the last like year and a half, and I've been very, very thankful for that. So will it continue like that? I don't know. Yeah, and Dengar's a requirement for Executor, and currently there's not really a reason to have it. Yes, Alex Archie, you are correct. You need to do that.
If you're going to try.
If the ship is controlled by AR game, 1000% stats.
This could mean
Yeah, I think if you're crazy if you aren't going for this, because everyone's going for Executor as their first ship. Like, I'm going to try and save up some crystals. Like, I am hands-offing my crystals on my free-to-play account, so that way I can try my best to participate on my earliest free-to-play account. Because like my free-to-play account that's been around for a while, we haven't really had to play catch-up at all in GAC on that one because of how long it takes to get to level 85 pre-changes. But with the post-change account, we definitely need to save up some stuff, and so we're going to try and save up some crystals for that. Going into that account, though, we're very low on crystals. We're going to save up because both accounts are going for Executor. My account here has Executor. Every account that has the plan to go for Executor should be saving crystals for that event. With both confuse and frustrate. It's fine, Nathaniel. And keep in mind, a panic farm doesn't mean just like a character. You could have like one character who's, you know, sitting there with not the right mods on them, and I'll find them and be like, oh, you got this one that you should probably fix before Grand Arena lock-in. So we'll give like an overview of mods. We'll give an overview of ships, an overview, and then we'll kind of take a look at your account and see if there's any panic farms. That doesn't necessarily mean, hey, this character needs to be finished, or hey, this legendary event needs to be finished before you get into the Grand Arena. But His basic you can leave off, Master Jedi. I do suggest sorry, brain no worky. His unique I do suggest. Yeah, Nathaniel, I'd hate to look at your account then. If you're trying to push Ahsoka with an account that doesn't even have GL Luke, I am really worried about your account. Unless you are like an account that has everything else except for Kenobi, Luke, and Ahsoka. Like, that is not an account that should be going for Ahsoka. You're gonna get banned before you get Imperial Troopers all the way geared up and leveled. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know what that means. I received a level 1 hype train emote. I don't have the Night Sister kills, but obviously I'm getting them right now. But I do have the tenacity up and blight done. I help you with stuff if we have time later. Also, yes, the subs are free. Thank you, Lumar. Yeah, we'll talk about the changes and we'll get those done if you have time. Am I able to go for red crate? I don't know. I actually haven't done the math. I'm just shooting for gold crate right now, and then I'll evaluate once I get to gold crate, essentially. Yes, Red Destroyer, every single meta ship, if you get the 4-star requirements for the ships, you can purchase shards from then on. As long as you can do the first node in the journey, you can then at that point continue forward and continue to get the shards. It's going to be at, you know, a increased rate, obviously, because you're you know, you're paying 1,250 versus the 990 it is for a refresh of the node instead. But yes, you can do it. That's how AP Gains got all of his meta ships. Oh, they got a crit. Is it surviving or is it just in general? I don't know if that one actually counted. It's not surviving. Sweet. Yeah, I relicked Night Trooper for Ahsoka. I finished him the other day. So, he's one of 3 done of the 3 characters. I am waiting on just essentially the characters to become farmable to finish the other ones. I have most of the gear I need. Most of the Kairos that I need as well. And I'm just waiting on new Ahsoka requirements, essentially. Hearing the Geo scream. If we're doing other things, $5 is to basically put your roster review in right now, and then we'll come back to what we're doing. $2 is just to jump the line. So anything $2 and above will jump the line when we're doing roster reviews. Okay, next up we want unaligned force users. You're taking you, and then we want Jedi. Because she reads. I have another lightsaber. Yeah. So she'll share it with Keller and Beck as well. We'll keep going on the Keller and Beck. Yeah, or you could get 50 subs. It's the same amount, yeah. Yeah, I don't like the voluntary vanguard on a raid team, I gotta be honest. But hey, it'll keep people alive. Thanks, Chezeballz. There's never been a character chase event that I know of. But I mean, you do get additive drops for characters. I don't need to play this. This should be fine. For my 5 gifted subs, I need Beaver to get red crate. Well, I mean, right now we're just farming up our datacrons while we work on some feats. Dude, the moment that she takes a turn, we win, essentially. Problem is they keep removing her turn meter. This is why I don't like Mark on Ray. There we go. We won. Everyone's about to die. What you doing this year, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day? I don't know, Jordan. I try to stream every holiday, honestly, just because I'm a single guy and it provides a place for all of us to hang out on a day that's, you know, some people may not have family around. And so, even though I currently live closer to family now that I moved, and I will be hanging out with, like, my family, I'm still going to try and carve out time where I can hang out with you guys. Heck yeah, that's awesome, Lumar. I'm jealous. Nathaniel, thank you for the $4.99, my friend. Is that for a roster review, or are you just being a lovely person? Feet cam. I have everything I need except for a tripod and extender, and then we will have a Mara cam. So I'm excited to do that for our PP streams. Aw, thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate it, my friend. I know, I have to wait longer for my panic farm. Why for Christmas holiday? What are we, the turkey? Of course you guys are the turkey. You're my turkey. Why for Christmas holiday? I mean, there's people out there that are gonna have Christmas, you know, without family around. If I can provide a place for them to hang out, why not? It's not like opening presents takes all day, and I enjoy being around with you guys. Jordan, I'm not sure what you're asking.
Brothers will and fire.
Yeah, I was probably an Elden Ring stream, honestly, if it was recently. I've been doing Elden Ring with Noxious Nexes. He's the guy who did, hold on, let me play it. So he was my best friend growing up, and
I told you that the Republic was now under control.
he did this song. So he's one of the guys that does our music. And so I was playing Elden Ring with him as one of our PP streams.
Regional governors now have direct control over their territory.
Stuck on a Sector 3 boss, CLS squad, weak race squad is all I have to push Conquest, but it doesn't cut it. It's a sad datacron day for me. I can take a look in just a second. Let me finish this current one that's happening, and we'll take a look and see if we can't find something for you.
Power in the universe.
Do you have CLS yourself, Jackson Reynolds?
The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Hey,
Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerers.
Kyle Young, I think is what that says. So, hey Kyle, how you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Keep kill glitching the big dragon for money? What are you talking about, Red Destroyer? Makes sense, Jordan. We still got a couple months before we have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Okay. How close are we to the sector 4 feet? One away. Very nice. Okay, let me finish this last battle for the sector feet. Can we have Halloween first? Yeah, dude, my stepdad already is listening to Christmas music. He starts listening to Christmas music in August, and it drives me nuts. Kyle, is this your first time on the channel, or have you been here before and just been lurking? On this, do you have any weak spots? The data disk weak spot. The avatar built for Jedi? Yeah, essentially, yeah. I don't know why I'm bothering to not auto this. Been on your YouTube channel? Okay. What's your, is it the same username? Because I don't recognize the username.
Did you come back to say you forgive me? Save my soul.
Are there specific mod sets for Conquest to make it simpler? Not really, just a lot of speed, essentially. There's specific teams that make it much easier. But yeah, Jackson, do you have a weak spot data disk at all? It can't move, but has infinite health, but you can kill it with weapons that inflict bleeding. You can glitch it to keep respawning. Good money. I think they've fixed the respawning. But yeah, on our playthrough with Nexus, we essentially tried to play through without doing any glitches. And so we like went around the map like at the most basic route, and then eventually when we did get to the petrified dragon, we killed it. And so I really enjoyed playing it that way, because we always do our like little glitches to, you know, farm stuff. And so we took it slow this time, and I really enjoyed it. How many days till September? I mean, how many days left in September is what, 23? No, didn't grab it. How many days till September? September's over, my friend. Like, September is here. I need to finish the Elden Ring DLC. Only required boss I have left is the final one, but I only have like a level 9 scatter tree. Yeah, we're at 11, and we just got to the Elden Ring DLC boss, and we're thinking about going and fighting some other people before we continue to fight him. We just tried him like 3 times before I had to go. Thank you, Madness. Wake me up in September. I miss Green Day. Petrified Dragon. It's in Caelid, right in front of Fort Ferrith. It's a dragon that like it can't move itself except for its face. So if you run up to its face, it'll like have kind of a little fight thing. Never been actually to its face. Most people just stay at its tail and hit it with a bleed weapon until it dies. It's worth 65,000 runes, if I recall, on first playthrough. Would you believe me, Red Destroyer, if I told you that in the DLC they added a better version of the weapon that you love? It is freaking awesome. I'm starting to think so too, Madness. Okay, so the Sector 3 boss. You don't have an SLKR, do you, Jackson? Have a great night, Jordan. Yeah, no, gold crate isn't, like, strictly necessary. It also depends on if you get the Conquest pass and that kind of thing. Okay, Anakin Lava Crawler has been hacked by a bot, obviously. He's on that good stuff. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. Where's Jackson? Sure, Lumar. Congratulations, Cal. That's awesome. Hey, idontwhale. Welcome, welcome. Only does cokes, no beers. Kinda curious if I can get away with doing this. Nah, they deal too much damage. I don't have much Lumar. I'm looking to get one for my my Rebel fighters that I'm building. Most of the ones I'm looking for are Jedi or just stats. We'll go on her. I honestly am not a fan of this marked. Voluntary Vanguard's not great. Problem with using Rey here is that Rey, all of her damage is not, it won't crit, is the problem. The nice thing is, though, they gain a ton of turn meter, so as long as you can keep them from critting Rey, which this Voluntary Vanguard is not helping for, you can essentially just keep ramping up your damage to ridiculous extents. I mean, even without weak spot, you're still ramping damage on this team. And nobody's banned him yet. Yeah, I concur. We should ban him. Yeah, I don't think you have a great way of getting through this with this team is the problem. Because you need the ability to auto-crit, essentially. And this team doesn't have any built-in way of auto-critting. Like, SLKR is perfect for this. My Ray is low on stamina, yes. So his Ray might do better. Use Reva or Lord Vader. Yes, genius. Use Reva or Lord Vader. Anyone with advantage is not really a thing that necessarily works. They dispel advantage whenever they take a turn, is the problem. He called me a silly goose and it felt personal. Yeah, dude, the extra Kairos are so nice. Yeah, with weak spot, it works really well. Yeah, like that's all weak spot. Welcome back, Ma. We are trying to cheese this boss.
My goodness, your skills are quite...
Yeah, I mean, it seems to still work. I mean, we obviously haven't gotten through this yet, but like, based on just this, it looks like this still works. Let's hit that just because it's actually something we're supposed to be working on. Okay, let's remove turn meter from you. Okay, let's see. Is everyone at 3? Yep, okay.
We're certainly lucky that you are around.
Hey, we got a lucky crit.
My goodness, your skills are quite...
There's the stun we've been looking for. And there's a crit. A great node to get the evasion up feat, too. Don't crit. Oh, I was really hoping you wouldn't crit. Sounds good, Jackson. Yeah, now I'm almost done with the evasion up one. Heck yeah. Okay, we need Night Sister units. Dude, I don't know if I can beat this with Night Sister units. I'm gonna be honest. My Night Sisters are pretty garbage. I haven't even attempted any of the feats in Sector 5, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have live TV at all. I'm just gonna sim the last 3. Okay. Mara time. I will grab Mara real quick. Let's see, what were we just doing? Oh yes, I wanted to look at my datacrons. Start of the counter, and at the end of turn, Jedi allies gain 1 stack of retaliate. Damage right attack. Oh, okay, very cool. Hey, whenever it's done an enemy, speed up an offense up. Very nice. Okay. Well, now I have at least a couple Jedi crons. That's what I was hoping for. How long does it take if you can get everything apart from the red crate to get the character unlocked? It takes like only 4 months, I think, if you get gold crate. If you're purchasing all the shards and you buy the pack, I think it's 4 months. Like if you buy the just base level battle pass, I believe it's 4 months. But if you're just getting gold crate and nothing else, like no extra shards purchased, you're probably looking at closer to a full 6. But no matter what, you'll get it by the time that it goes away. Hey, I got the Eeth Koth cron. Oh gosh. "35 kills with Morgan's so dumb." Oh, I agree. I think that one's 100% stupid. Yeah, my datacrons are looking pretty rough at the moment. Oh, hold on. Let's see how good it is right now. Sure, that's not a great team, but we'll try it. You. We're actually gonna pull you out because we need Eeth Koth here. We need you. I'm honestly thinking with these two, you'll put a Qui-Gon team together, and then these two will be a separate team. But I'm not sure yet. So for now, we'll just give them a good solid team and try them out. I mean, Red Destroyer hasn't been annoying over here, or whatever he's doing on other channels. But yeah, so essentially, as a Star Battle Galactic Republic, blah 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 blah. Whenever a Galactic Republic Jedi ally gains Foresight, all Galactic Republic allies gain 20% turn meter and recover 50% health and protection. Under Kelleran Beck or Qui-Gon, they all gain Foresight, so that means they all start with 100% turn meter at the beginning of battle, which I think is hilarious. Yeah, so, yeah, the Eeth Koth cron is disgusting, guys. I mean, I don't have Reva Sand. I cannot see who is liked it and who is not. Caleb Wheeler. What is my favorite movie?
Before Dark Holiday, then Dark Holiday it up.
Right now I'm feeling John Wick 1. It kind of changes from day to day, but right now I'm in an action mood, so I'm gonna say John Wick 1. It's one of the few movies that I've watched where I can watch the entire thing and 100% agree with the mentality of the character. The end of territory, I finally get the levels. Heck yeah. Do I have Maul? Yeah, I have Maul. What's your favorite movie that's like watching it because it's so bad it's good? I got two for you. I got two. They're so bad that they are freaking amazing in some of my favorite movies. Condor Man. The idea of the movie is essentially imagine that Stan Lee accidentally walks into a CIA Russian defection, and in accidentally walking in, he accidentally gives the code phrase, and so now he's wrapped up in it, and the Russian defector will only listen to him because they think that he's the agent that's supposed to be the one that's covering their defection. And so when the CIA reaches out to him and is like, hey, we need you to do this, he's like, only if you give me the money to become the superheroes I write about. And it's hilarious, stupid, and amazing, and it's an old movie, like the 70s, I think, 60s maybe. It's so great. I love it. And then the other one is Mystery Men. It's a Ben Stiller movie, and it's basically the Avengers if all their powers sucked. Like, one of the guys throws utensils and can only throw like forks and spoons. He can't throw knives, and so all he has are spoons and forks that he can throw. Ben Stiller's character is the Hulk, except instead of becoming the Hulk, his power is that he just gets really, really angry, and that's it. That's it. Like, the movie is so bad that it's great. I love it. When am I moving into Panic Farms? In just a moment. I was gonna give this a chance. I don't think we're gonna get anything with where we are at, because we don't really have good teams to test against at where we are at, but we're gonna try. But someone asked for this, and so we're gonna test it just a hair. You, and you. Let's make sure you guys have mods. I have not seen a mod without speed in my roster in some time. That must have been right after I got the Lightspeed bundle. We're gonna go only unassigned. Oh, speaking of, hold on. Before we continue with this, I do gotta fix my mods, because my mods are currently wonky. A panic farm is a farm that that essentially you need to finish before a certain date. In this case, whatever you need to panic farm before you hit GAC lock-in on Monday. So we're gonna go through your account, see if there's any mods, ships, characters that you need to finish before GAC lock-in. Lagnard, that hurts. GAC lock-in's Monday to Tuesday. Temu Avengers, exactly. It's not Spy surviving, it's Spy needing kills. That's the problem. It's Spy needs to get kills, it's not Spy that needs to survive. I don't know, is it? I can't even check because we're loading up mods. Okay. Spy needs to survive, Peridia needs kills. Spy just needs to survive. That's really easy. Yeah, it's just survive. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. What do you do to check mods, by the way? What do you mean, Sand? Hey, ADP, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I remember going and seeing Battleship in theaters, Chezeballz. It's been years. No problem, Red Destroyer. I give anyone that comes in here a chance regardless of if they're banned on other places. We have ended up having people who are banned on other streams end up becoming banned on our streams, just because, you know, they pulled the same stuff that they did in the last place they were at, which, you know, better to not have them in the community. Let's see. Okay, so I need to check and see if there's any, because it said 3 mods were missing. There's my 3 mods. What is this? 2x. Only unassigned, and it's a 2. We'll sort by speed. Okay, and then 5th brother needs some mods. You, sir, need 1 speed, 1 health. Speed, health. Okay, there we go. No, I do not really care about what my stuff is actually for the Inquisitors. Inquisitors are not a team I really use. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the mod optimizer is none too shabby. I personally use this is hot utils. And so, you know, I can load all of these. It also has access to the optimizer in here. Mods, GIS optimizer. So I can do it, and then I can immediately save it as a mod profile, and then from there I can throw it as a loadout. And so, like, when I do my Riva mission, I just click this, it loads the Riva loadout, and then when I'm done, I click this, and it loads it back to my baseline. You know, very, very helpful. It does cost money, though. Yes, it does cost money. Another nice thing that you can do with it is you can open all of your Bronzium packs. So I have enough for 236 Bronzium packs right now. And it's done. I now have 217 more character shards. You can only do it for your own account. It's a direct link to your ally code. So no, I cannot do it for you, Sand. Yeah, I agree, Nav. I believe I've seen 4.2 million from Arnold. I believe he has a video where he opens 4.2 million from using hot utils. Okay, it's gonna make me reload again. Yep. Yeah, unless you have hot utils, it's way too much effort. The real dub is territory ward tools. I see. I don't care about territory wards that much. Yeah. We're about to do some testing myself, Lumar. Yeah, it's true. Trilogies always struggle when it comes to it, Caleb Wheeler. Like, there's very few franchises that have done a good trilogy. I got my Reva mission mods on the Inquisitors, including Reva herself. I don't ever change them, I just leave them. It's very, very common, Mark. It really is. A lot of people just get their mods to where they should be for certain events. Like, the people will get their mods up to the point where they're modded for the, you know, the cam event, and then they never change their mods. And so technically their gas team isn't modded as good for GAC, but it means that they never have to switch out their mods. I personally don't care for the team. I don't care for the Inquisitor team, and I will mod them when I get Reva and actually want to care. Right now I don't care about the Inquisitors at all. I've hated what CG's done with them. They were a garbage faction that continued to be garbage, and then they added one of my least favorite characters in Star Wars canon to lift them up and be like, screw you guys, you're going to buy these characters that we were trying to sell for 6 months of the game that were absolutely garbage. And I'm not happy with that, so I refuse to mod my Inquisitors for that reason. No, Sand. They are two completely different people. Are Inquisitors a high priority farm? Yes, for people who are helping out their guild. For just a standard farm, absolutely not. It's garbage unless your whole guild's going for them. Yeah, I hate the fact that my favorite of the Inquisitors is the one that gets left out of the Inquisitorius, and I hate that so much. She's also the pilot. Like, she is such an important part of this faction and the one that I actually care about, and they made her the least priority, and I hate that. Anyways, back to our testing. Let's do some testing, and then we'll hop into Panic Farms. We're looking at speed health, I would guess. Speed. I'm gonna guess offense health, something like that. Offense crit chance. Let's take a look. This is Acolyte. Nice. Sister Acolyte. We'll go. I don't whale. That just means you mooched off of your guild. Gosh, I am like out of crit damage mods entirely. That is crazy how out of crit damage mods. Or did I not click? No, I click crit damage mods. Like, I am completely out of crit damage mods. I need one more crit damage mod just to complete a set. Looks like I'm going to be farming some mods here soon. Let's see if there's anyone that we're not using right now. This is going to be a crit chance. Who has crit chance? I use you. Use you. Use you. I don't really use you right now, except for an Enoch team. So we'll take you. Okay, and then next up on our list is you. And I'm guessing that you are, let's see. Spirit. I'm gonna guess that you are a offense potency. Okay. Hasn't changed. Offense potency. Sure. Is there one that gave offense itself? No? Okay. Red Destroyer, no. I am not going to go to his stream and see if he's mad at you. Yeah, probably these Omegas are going to be helpful in the long run of dealing damage. Yeah, like especially these ones. These are going to be super important. That's a ton of damage right there. Whoops. Come back, Talia. I actually don't know what this does. Yeah. With this low of gear, I don't think we're going to be able to really take anything out. Let's see. Great Mothers. No Kairos? No Kairos. Kairos? No Kairos. Kairos? Yes, Kairos. Okay. Zeta, Omicron, Zeta. Okay. No Zeta. Or not no Zeta, so no Kairos. Yes, Kairos. Okay. Yeah, since Morgan is the tank, it kind of makes it problematic to try and do a low gear team for this. So what if we put it on Vader? Yeah, that just ends to Darth Vader, essentially. Dang, breaking lemurs. Yeah, Bless on Morgan is entirely dependent on what you're doing. Because right now, Morgan is not the most powerful character, and so you don't want her assisting. You want someone else assisting. Okay, so he has the Zeta, so we're gonna try and go for him. We'll put Blessed on you. We're gonna try and go in on you. Okay. And they went for Talia. There goes Morgan. Yup. Take turns. Yup. Okay, so we'll hit that, which we'll call to assist. Do this. Yeah, we're just not getting the damage out. I don't think this is going to be necessarily a low gear team. Because even if we were to, like, take the first couple of turns, if I were to, like, mod them out of their minds and give them the first couple of turns, I don't think the outcome of this is changing. Like even, what was it? It was, everyone was like, oh, it'll be a low gear gas counter. We can try it. Okay, so we're gonna hit this. Okay, we're gonna have to hit this again. He just keeps coming back up. Stay down. We're gonna time out just based off of this. Oh gosh. Because it doesn't really do anything to Bless Morgan. At this low of gear, it doesn't make sense to Bless Morgan. Let me show you what Bless does. Where is it? 20% max health and offense, immune to instant defeat effects, which is important when you're going up against Cat because, you know, Elsbeth is the one that's taunting, and so you want her to be immune to instant defeat effects when she gets hit. So yes, you're going to give it to it when you're doing that counter, of course. Stun and turn meter reduction assists whenever another nice sister ally uses special ability on their turn, dealing 40% less damage. Problem is, when you have a gear 8, gear 9 Morgan Elsbeth like we have, it's not going to deal nearly as much damage with that 40%. The max health and offense isn't going to help that much. Immune to instant defeat effects, sure, I guess. Stun and turn meter reduction, sure, I guess. But really, you want to put it on someone who can deal damage, who can be able to hit those, hit those assists and help out. So that's wild, Caleb. Arnold beat Gungan so easily with them in his vid with relic characters. Yes. If you have a character that's this low, he mentions it in that video. If you go and watch his full stream, he's like, yeah, this is going to be a really great budget counter for Gungans for a lot of people. The problem is at low gear, it's not going to work too well because one AoE and they die off, and the Gungans are full of AoEs. And so, like, yes, it does beat Gungans, but you need Great Mothers and Morgan Elsbeth to survive long enough to be able to pull that off. So it doesn't look good for low gear use. What is my Cairo stash like? I mean, it's not great. I have only 150. So like I can't really afford to bring them up, nor do I have the Zetas to bring them up. I don't even have the Zetas for the Enoch team. Like I would love to put the other Zeta on Enoch and then drop the Zeta on Death Trooper, Peridia, and Night Trooper. I would love to do that. I don't have the Zetas for that. What you mean low gear? I see that upgrade button. Yeah, I mean gear 11, sure you can call that low gear, but that's still using Chirotex. And we were talking about, when we say low gear viable, this is the example of low gear viable. This is the example where I can throw a gear 9 Mara Jade against a relic team and win. This is low gear viable. Saying, oh yeah, gear 12 is low gear viable is not true, especially when it comes to Chirotech characters. Like the fact that they're just gonna die off super easily is the problem. Like if they had a mechanic where they could hide themselves, if they had a great turn meter train going, they could do some really serious things at low gear. Problem is they don't have the turn meter train aspect, they don't really have the survivability at low gear, they don't stealth themselves, they're gonna get stomped. Your guild is doing Zepho and Mandalore, and now you're out of Kairos? Yeah, dude. I don't know what you want from me. I've been in this guild for a month, and I am exclusively working on characters who are Chirotech characters. Like, I have plenty of these, but unfortunately, all 3 of these characters require these as their last 100 set of Chirotechs. Anyways. Okay, I don't have a ton of time, unfortunately. We've gotten quite off topic, but luckily we're doing panic farms today, not full roster reviews, so I will answer a quick question if you have a quick question, but I'm going to be focusing on panic farms here, guys. You bought the Shadows of the Empire Lightspeed bundle. You're go Jedi Knight Luke into Jedi Master Luke into Profundity. If you want to get JKCK, you can go for it, but I would highly suggest getting Jedi Master Luke into Profundity first. You have a lot that you could get up before GAC, but I don't really see a point of finishing Rex until you finish your General Skywalker. So honestly, a lot of this is just kind of like, you know, you finish it if you want. If I were to give you something overall that I would get up before your overall GAC is honestly some of these relic levels. I would love to see a Relic 5 Starkiller in here, and I would love to see a Relic 5 BAM. I think those are the 2 things I would suggest before your GAC. A Relic 2 BAM just does not do it when it comes to having a good defense or a good offense with the Executor. Beaver, you remember to do the Forest Moon event? Yeah, I mean, I did it all at 3 stars and made a guide on it, and so I can just auto it. And so I just auto-simmed all of it. If I'm doing the farming path you just recommended, should I bother with JKR? Yes. JKR is vitally important for JML and one of the best characters in the Jedi faction. Don't sleep on Jedi Knight Revan. It's ridiculous to do so if you have JML. If you have JML, you should have Jedi Knight Revan. Otherwise, your JML team is going to be significantly less good. And then on the other side, if you want to split up your Jedi Master Luke team into 2 teams, you're going to be really having a hard time trying to make that split without a Jedi Knight Revan. Because a Jedi Knight Revan and a Jedi Knight Luke, they can beat Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and then Jedi Master Luke by himself can beat a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Like, that's a really good split, being able to beat a GL with those. They can both beat solid stuff by themselves, but without the Jedi Knight Revan, a Jedi Knight Luke team is significantly less good. So, GAC signups Monday. Yes, don't sleep on him, sleep with him. 100% agreed. Okay, but yeah, Chezeballz, I would like to see a couple of your relic levels come up, specifically BAM and Starkiller. I think are the 2 that I'm seeing immediately. I'd also like to see your Jedi Knight Anakin better modded. If you can get his speed up, each bit of speed you get is going to be more damage that he can deal under the Qui-Gon lead. And also, try and push that. I don't know if you're close, but if you can push that ultimate before Grand Arena starts, please do. Oh, you don't have exec yet? Okay, then that's fair. Then I wouldn't worry about the BAM quite yet. Hey, Yotter, welcome, welcome. I did. I'll probably read it on a PP stream, so that way we can read it with Nexus. Yeah. Nice. First row officer faster than Hux. Solid. I would try and finish the Comeuppance's abilities as well. Okay, here's the thing that I have to ask Chezeballz. Is this a PP for you? Because this is not a team I'd suggest you build quite yet. Like, as much as I like that you have this in your account and everything, I'd rather see you go Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Master Luke, Profundity before you finish this. Because this is 1 more Zeta, 2, 3, 4, 8 more Zetas before you can actually finish this team, on top of gearing all of these characters. On top of using your Get One to General Skywalker. So it might be a good idea to just leave this in your roster for a bit. And like, once you get General Skywalker up, relic General Skywalker, because you can throw him with your Jedi Master Luke. You can throw him with your Jedi Knight Luke and do some solid stuff as just his Jedi tag. Instead of his 501st and Galactic Republic tag, you can push on that Jedi tag and get some good things going. And then eventually, when you have the time, the resources, you can push back into it. And as you go for that Profundity, you don't need Zetas to get a Profundity. And so that'll give you the time to build up some Zetas to push into this team, push into that AdRad team. So definitely a thing to consider. I think a lot of people have 501st, but they don't have the resources necessarily to go for it. So it might be something to push off and just like do it just a little bit later once you have the Zetas ready in your account, or are getting to the point where you don't need to throw Zetas at everything you're touching. Sounds like it's getting serious, Yotter. Funny, Yotter. Dude, I've had a nightmare trying to get everything done. Like trying to get everything fixed technology-wise in the last 24 hours. Oof, that's rough, Alex. Don't know if there's anything I can get at before GAC, but take a look. Yeah, I mean, take a look through your stuff. Take a stroll down memory lane. I love the fact that your first order officer is faster than your Hux. I honestly think, I don't know if I would suggest any side farms, because a lot of the times there's you know, a side farm or two that I'm like, oh yeah, you should finish this before GAC. But when it comes to this account, I'd rather see you focus down your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and just keep working on him. Like, get him up to Relic 7, get him that ultimate as fast as you can, and just focus down that. Like, that's the big thing. Welcome to Twitch, Red Destroyer. And then as for ships, I mean, you don't have a lot here that's like, oh my gosh, you need to finish it. Let's see. Yeah, so I would upgrade this ability and upgrade this ability. I'm glad your reinforcement abilities are at least finished on these guys. Like, obviously you don't have 5 stars on this, but like, finish your first order fleet. It's hugely important that you finish your first order fleets of abilities. So kind of double down on your first order in general. That's probably my my overall suggestion for you, my friend, is just kind of double down on your first order. Make sure that you have a good Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and upgrade those first order ships, so that way as soon as you do have this at 5 stars and 6 stars, you'll be able to take on those executors. Having a gifted membership would be a great birthday gift. Just saying. Yeah, it'd be a good birthday gift to both of us, honestly. Yeah, I've been putting everything I can to finish it. Good, good. Okay, idontwhale asks, where should I go for JML, Profundity, Maul, Imperial Super Commando, Gar Saxon, Quad Mage Trio, Treya, or something else next? I mean, this can technically still be a JML, so I don't know if you technically need to finish the Treya team, although it is a solid thing to do. You have Queen Amidala, you've got Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, Obi-Wan. Here's the problem is, do you have the Zetas for these characters? Because, like, overall, I'm going to tell you, JML and Profundity are going to be the fastest way to push your way up at Kyber, just because having an extra meta ship is insanely good in Kyber. And then on top of that, having extra GL is insanely good as well. But, like, Maul Imperial Super Commando, that's a PP. You can do that when you want. It's not necessary in your account. Quadme is great, but you need Omicrons and Zetas to make it work. You just need Omegas. You have Omicrons and Zetas, because if you have Omicrons and Zetas, you do have the Barris. You know, you have a Shock T with a Zeta right here. Not that you need the Zeta, but you have a Shock T right here that you could relic. So like the Queen Amidala team is going to be great for your account overall. And so if you're looking for like a team out of those to go for, I would say that's the Quadme team. Welcome on Twitch, Red Destroyer. So I would go for the Quad Bay team, and then that'll help your, you know, it'll obviously help your guild. It's also going to help your assault battles, getting you better in GAC. And then I go JML and Profundity as kind of your next things, because Maul Imperial Super Commando Gar Saxon, that's fully a PP. You can go for it if you want to. Treya, it does everything it needs to right this moment. If you want to push it up, you can, but I'd rather see another, you know, really good team into your account, another GL ship. So you only have one Omi. I mean, Queen Amidala only needs one Omi to get started, so that works. Like that'll at least get you started on Queen Amidala. With those Zetas and that Omi, you should be able to build this team. Yes, we already did Conquest, Yotter. We are not playing Kahoot today. We do not have time. I'm actually doing a collab tonight. So Sounds great, Appley. We're gonna be ending here in about 30 minutes tops. Epsilon, your ally code is wrong in the Discord. Yeah, I think you're dead on, Mr. Bean, on your overall idea. I think that going JKL into Executor is going to be a solid route for you to go with this account. I think getting an Executor as soon as possible is going to be the biggest thing that benefits you. And then from there, pushing into Jedi Master Luke or Jabba. I would probably say Jabba, personally. But yeah, that's what I would do. Nathaniel, thank you for the $4.99, my friend. I appreciate it. I can tell you, yeah. So I think that's a great idea. $45 until the next tennies run. Oh gosh. You have the Qui-Gon, Ki-Adi-Mundi. If you can bum rush, A, getting some more speed into Ki-Adi-Mundi, and B, getting this Zeta on him, that's what I would probably do before 3v3, because Qui-Gon with Ki-Adi-Mundi can solo teams, essentially. He deals so much damage. So if you can get a solidly modded Ki-Adi-Mundi under this Qui-Gon Omicron, you're not gonna regret getting it. First shizzle. Like, first shizzle my nizzle. 100% get your speed up on both Jedi Knight Anakin and Ki-Adi-Mundi if you can, but Ki-Adi-Mundi especially, and dropping that Zeta, because that Zeta says plus 30 speed to these characters, which equals plus 900 offense under Qui-Gon, which will exponentially grow after he dies. So yeah, I would bum rush the Conehead for shizzle my nizzle. Dude, I've been in the brain space of sign language in the last couple of days, and one of the signs I immediately associate it with for shizzle, because there's not an English term for it. It's pretty great. Yeah, exactly what Yoder said. I refuse to farm Ewoks. Have fun not breaking into the most important set of GLs in the game. Okay, really quick, you reminded me, Nathaniel, and I appreciate you reminding me. We had a donation that I completely forgot about. Chezeballz, did we already hit you? You were already first in the Discord anyways. Let's just go through your questions really quick, just because you did donate to go first anyways. Hodo with Get One as roadblock for me, otherwise Jedi Knight Luke would be a no-brainer. So we talked about the whole putting off gas for now. JKCK is going to be required by my guild by March, so it can't hurt to get him early. Wait till you get Jedi Master Luke so you have a good home for him overall. But yes, JKCK is going to fit in your roster great once you get JML. Profanity Farm would give me more options to use with Luthen since the squad seems to vary. Yes. Also, just in general, Profanity is going to open up your Grand Arena a lot and firmly cement yourself in the area of like Kyber 3 to Kyber 2, which is super, super important. So overall, yes, I think you're on the right path, and we actually kind of answered a lot of your questions, but I just wanted to make sure that we went over it just because you did donate. Yep, Epsilon, we will get to it next. Epsilon, Aridni, the nearest star. Are you sure you edited it correctly? Because now it's showing up with no player. 255-756-759. Yeah, that's the number I have in Discord, and it's not correct. Oh, I don't think so. Okay, Andrew Milton. I mean, you're gonna shoot for a relic Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Like that's gonna be your big thing. I hate to be the guy who doesn't like give you anything new that you're not already guessing, but like getting his stats up. Also, don't put crit chance on him. No, put health on him. He will always have advantage, he will always crit unless he's against a team that is not able to be critted. So do not bother with the crit chance, switch it to crit health, but try to push his mods up, try to push him up as fast as you can for obvious reasons. Push your Captain Rex up to the point where he can get his level 6. If this Captain Rex has some finished mods and just a level 6 on Lost Commander, and then a level 7 on Suppressing Fire and all these other abilities get him up to level 7, this could be a really solid defensive team for you that you're just kind of sleeping on right now. So get your Captain Rex viable, which means level 6, level 7, level 7, level 7. It's not going to take any Zetas. You don't have to take him up hugely on gear. If you want to take him up to gear 10, you can. It doesn't take any Kairos to do so, but taking him up to gear 10 helps a lot. But overall, a low gear Krex can get you a lot of holds, and you're kind of just sleeping on him. So those would be my 2 things that I would work on in this account to make it pop before 3v3. Is work on your SLKR, work on his mods, and get yourself that Phoenix team going. Hey Tim, welcome, my friend. Finishing SLKR ult really close to Leia, looking for my next project after it needs to have a few Zetas. I mean, my next project, I would always suggest for an account like this is going to be Profundity, and it's few Zetas, and it's going to really benefit your account. So that's going to be my suggestion. I mean, you're not afraid to Relic 9 up yet, so I'm assuming that you have some materials lying around. I'm going to say get that you're Profundity in here, my friend. As for panic farms, you actually have a lot in here that you could get up that could benefit you in a lot of different ways. Honestly, if I was to look at this account, I would probably do Sith Empire Trooper. I'd relic your Sith Empire Trooper. And the reason for that is that in 5v5, it's great to, you know, have a, you know, a plug and play tank into the Sith. But in 3v3, it becomes even more necessary because then you can throw him with like Darth Vader, and that way you can make sure you do Geos. You can throw him in so many different teams. And so honestly, the Sith Empire Trooper is what I'm looking at this account and being like, I'd try to get that done. Profundity or Leviathan? Leviathan sucks until you get to 7 stars, so I'm never going to suggest Leviathan to anyone unless they're spending money or they have a whole bunch of crystals saved up. I'm always going to suggest the Profundity first, especially when you already have Jedi Master Luke in your roster. The fun titties? Oh yeah, we do love the fun titties. I would also consider pushing your Iden Versio up to Relic 5. This is something I did recently just because the Relic 3 makes it really scary for a lot of different counters. So I would suggest a Relic 5 Iden at the bare minimum. So yeah, I'd probably relic the Sith Empire Trooper and the Iden Versio if I were to give you 2 things to finish. Nice. Nice. Solid mods, dude. Solid mods. Like your account, my friend. Nice. Okay. Sick. Is Darkside Bandos worth it? Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite PPs in the game, Epsilon. Have a great night, Madness. If you're looking for a GL killer team, a GL cleanup team, and just a fun team in general that you want to giggle at, Darkside Mandos are the way to go. They are so much fun. If you have them all on your roster, get yourself some Darkside Mandos. I love them. You know if those remodding services still exist? I mean, those people who charge to remod people's rosters, I know it's not really allowed, but CG never really enforced it much. I remember Arnold talking about them back a while ago. So yes, in fact, Peempo is still around. I'm actually working with Peempo to make a video about his services to get it out there for people like you who don't know about his services, because the newer generation of players really don't know that Peempo's still around. Peempo's definitely the best bet. I just had a really lengthy conversation with him about his services, as well as with someone who recently paid for his services and talked to them at length. And yeah, he's still around and does a great job. Like, it's not just cookie cutter, it's really specific to you, and he works with you to make sure it's exactly how you want it for whatever game modes are your preference. So, you know about the issue with him in Territory War? Yes, I have heard the whole rumors about the whole Territory War controversy. Couldn't care less. It's competitive Territory War. Territory War should already have been opened up like Grand Arena has, but here we are in a system where Territory Wars doesn't give any good rewards, and yet we're being so competitive that we're, you know, throwing fits. Yeah, like that, it's not going to matter for anyone here, and the people at the top, just don't use Peempo if you don't want to do that. I don't know, like, it doesn't matter. Like, that whole controversy came out and they still lost. They cheated and they still lost. I don't think it matters. Like, how much he charged? I actually do know exactly how much, because he sent me his pricing when we were talking the other day. Let's see, where is he? Okay, so you're an 8 million plus roster. The base remod for an 8 million plus roster is $200. And that's with going through and basically from top to bottom remodding everything for exactly what game mode that you want, as well as if you have hot utils, he'll help set up hot utils so you can always remod it back to it whenever you need to. And then for an additional $25, he'll add in mod loadout tabs for everything that you could possibly need for whatever events, anything that you're working with, as well as squad management tabs for an additional amount. Yeah, dude, it's not like it takes 5 minutes to do, and it's not like he's sitting there and going, oh yeah, here's a hot utils loadout, I just load it in and you're good. He goes through and remods your roster from top to bottom, removes everything off of every character, and remods your roster top to bottom. It's wild how much work he puts in. Like, just talking to him and listening to him talk about it, it's insane how much work he puts into making sure that you have amazing mods in your roster. Essentially what happened with yeah, you're 11 million, he's the pricing is 8 million plus is $200. So anything above 8 million is just $200. He doesn't push it up higher. If you're 14 million, it's still $200. I also like my mods as they are, so I'm torn. Yeah, and it's not for everyone, but if you're if you're unsure about your modding and you want to make sure that it's the best that it can be and want a goal, because he helps you set up goals for your mods as well, and like shows you how to farm them if you're like struggling, shows, helps you if you're like sitting there and you're like, oh no, I don't know if I have good enough mods. He'll be like, okay, I want you to come back in a month, I want you to farm mods like this, get some credits ready, and then I'll do it in a month with like no extra charge or anything. Like, he's super top to bottom. But Peempo has been around forever. He's one of the OG players, and essentially the whole controversy is that he apparently one of the accounts that he remodded for, someone gained access to it to be able to see what the Territory War defenses were in one of the top Territory War guilds, because he's helps out with all the Territory War guilds, and he's part of one of the top Territory War guilds. The sacred rules of territory war. What would a 3.1? 3.1 would be $90. Yeah, so this is his price guide right here. So your GP is like this, so includes mod inventory cleanup, includes mod, remod, advice, direction. So 1.5 million to 3.4 million, $90, and then 3.4 to 6, 125, and it just kind of goes up from there. And then mod loadouts, you can add it in. Squad management tabs, you can add it in. So yeah. Which you can totally tell him that, Juno, and be like, don't remod DR, I like him where he is. And he'll be like, well, I suggest you might do this with him to make him slightly better, but no, go for it. Like, he works with you on every aspect. And he's super, like, in the know when it comes to the meta. Like, he's much better than I will ever be, because I use Star Wars, you know, swigo.gg mostly. Whereas, like, he's the guy that, you know, Arnold would be like, yo, new character coming out, what would you mod them for? And he's like, oh, this is the mod loadout I plan on putting on. And it's like, sweet. And so he kind of sets the meta for the mods. You say he's making bank, but I mean, it really depends on how often he's getting people in there. I don't know. Yeah, so if you don't really understand mods, I hope to make guides to make it so people can understand mods. But if you don't understand mods and you want to, you know, leave it to someone else, Peempo's a great resource. Yeah, exactly. Like, modding takes a lot of time as well as know-how. So I hope to cut down on the know-how, but the time thing really can't be changed. Caleb Wheeler, I have considered it. It pains me a little bit to consider it though. Like, because he and we are talking about it, and I have footage of an account that was done by him, so I can show it off and everything. But I don't necessarily like the idea of my account being done by him, just for the simple reason that I want to be able to say I made it to Kyber 1 because I am a vain and prideful person. I want to be able to say I made it there. So the moment I hit Kyber 1, I'd be like, yeah, 100% redo my mods and show me how it's done. But I want to be prideful and be like, look guys, look mom, look what I did. Dad, are you finally proud of me? Like, you know, I gotta have something to show my dad to hopefully make him proud one day. Imagine Swigo, but with no mods. It's called Marvel Strike Force, and I hate the meta so much. Because it means that just certain teams just can never be beaten unless you have certain counters. And so you're constantly just building up new teams because you can't affect the overall speeds of the characters. And so I can't be like, oh yeah, that team doesn't normally beat this team, but because I have better speeds, I can still beat it. Instead, it's just, oh yeah, it's just the way it is. You know, this beats that, that beats that, which means I can, you know, the company that makes the game can make a new team, and then that's the new meta, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's just you chase the meta. And I hate that. I very much hate that. Yeah, hot utils does cut down on a lot of it for doing it yourself. It's better to farm mods, Tim Gibbons, but you should supplement with purchasing mods if you have the money, like the credits to do it. We'll need to have their complete roster remodded. Mine hasn't been done since 2018. It was done for free by a guildmate. Once every couple of years. If you know the basic know-how of like how to do mods, you shouldn't need it remodded very often. It's just like, you know, every couple of years I would do a full like remod, just because. Like, if you do once a year, I would say that's probably the most often I do a full remod where I go through my entire roster and remod it. As for paid for ones, I'd probably do it once every 2-3 years. Yeah, because like, okay, to be fair, you could remod every single season, and that's what Peempo does to his roster, is he remods for datacrons because he's very involved in the competitive side of Territory War and Grand Arena. So he remods for like datacron seasons. I'm not that interested. I'm not going to go find a great health mod for my SLKR just because we have an SLKR cron in the area instead of using the offense mod I always have. I'm not that into modding and that kind of thing, and so you could do that, but overall I find that once a year is really all you need to completely redo your mods, and then once every couple of years if you want to do a paid for one that's just really in depth. Yeah, I 100% agree. ADP, it's very much you know, you only buy it if they have specific primaries, specific speeds, that kind of stuff. If you have such knowledge, you can remod whenever. Yeah, it's just a time thing, and at some point your account becomes so large, like my account, when it hits like, you know, 13 14 million, I may not even want to take the time to remod because it's going to take me forever. And so I might pay for it. At what points does the convenience of paying for it overcome? And that's the thing about this game in general, is how much money are you willing to spend to save time? Because that's all you're doing, is you're spending money to save time. Yeah, do a ton of remodding. Like, yeah, I'll move around some mods every once in a while when I get a new character that's really, really good. I'll move around some mods and do some remodding. But, like, I don't do full remods except for, like, once a year. Just to save yourself time, to enable you to know exactly who should be modded. Like, I kid you not, so... let's just go all right now. So if I were to go speed and I go here and I click on resistance hero Finn, 349, right? The next person down is Admiral Piet, right? Admiral Piet's at 333. Like, looking at the roster that Peempo went through when I was recording the footage and everything, it's like 335, 334, 333, 332. And on top of that, he goes through the teams and he knows what the turn order is supposed to be for these teams. And so he'll get your mods, even the characters that are not supposed to be fast, into the right turn order for the team, for the optimum turn order. So, you know, you go to your first order team and he'll have your SLKR team set up. He'll have your Phasma team set up to be taking turns in the order they should be taking for the optimum opening play of a team. So, like, he goes through and it's basically you're paying for his professionalism and saving you time. He does a ton for you. So, yeah, exactly. The expertise of the remod is really what it does. Anyways, let's see. I have time for maybe 2 or 3 of these still. Only on the side details, Caleb Wheeler, not on the primary stuff. So here, I can actually show you right now. Unless they've changed it, which we're going to check right now if they've changed it, because it wasn't changed as the last I checked. Okay, we're just going to give a base team right here. Hop into a battle. So we have 16 stacks. And so, like, these abilities right here are not going to affect anything. But these right here will affect the overall damage of squads. Where's my 70% protection? 21 stacks instead of 16. So those ones will affect. The ones in the primary slots of them won't affect, but the stats will. So, like, the 15% protection and health ones that were around last season, those wouldn't affect JML stats. But the protection that's just based off of the side stats, those ones will affect JML's protection damage. Yeah, dude. I mean, it'll work out. It's not going to be the greatest team, but yeah, it'll give you a solid team. Jedi Knight Revan with anyone is going to be solid. Yeah, isn't it wild, Agent Milton? Okay, I got time for one more. Decrypted, are you here, my friend? I don't care if you're here. I'm just going to tell you right now what your panic farm should be, because I have to get off. Ki-Adi-Mundi Zeta is a great one if you have an extra Zeta lying around to get in before the Grand Arena season. It's just increases your overall Qui-Gon Omicron by 900 offense per character, and as well as giving them more speed. A lot of the off-meta counters, you don't need a meta counter for a non-GL squad, but a lot of the counters, why thank you ADP, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I very much appreciate that. Hey, Master Jedi got one. Congratulations, Master Jedi. Big ninja to you too. Each of you deserve it. I love you guys being here as part of the damn elite. So overall, when it comes to Qui-Gon, if you have a slow Qui-Gon, slow Ki-Adi-Mundi, and a slow Anakin, essentially what people can do, they can throw in a Thrawn team with like Royal Guard, Krennic, a couple other randos, and take you down. But if you have the Ki-Adi-Mundi Zeta and you have, you know, some solid speed on Jedi Knight Anakin, he takes that first turn, he wipes out a counter that's just like a whole bunch of stuns. So you want to cut out any of those really, really easy counters and make it a nightmare to deal with your Qui-Gon team. So getting that Zeta on Ki-Adi-Mundi, very, very nice. And then I would honestly probably relic your Dark Trooper. You have the Zeta on Piet. I'm guessing you have the Zeta on Veers as well. I would 100% relic your Dark Trooper. It's definitely one that's on the side that's just like, that right there could really be the difference between night and day. Another one for you is the Resistance faction. Yes, this is not a great Resistance faction, but even with just this Finn with these random characters and Zori, you could have a solid team going right here. I wouldn't say it's the most important thing to go into unless you're planning on doing Rey though. So I would probably stick to getting that Relic Dark Trooper or, you know, getting the Zeta on Ki-Adi-Mundi. Should you farm Executor? Always. The answer is always yes, my friend. With where you're at, I would probably do Executor, Sith Eternal, and then follow in Arnold's footsteps, essentially. That would be probably my next couple of steps with this. If you want to skip Sith Eternal and just go Executor into JML, I wouldn't be mad. Wait, hold on. Do you have the Lightspeed bundle? You do have the Lightspeed bundles. So yes, I would do Executor into JML would probably be my way of going about it and breaking into the Rebel area. But you can do Sith Eternal as well. It's a great character to go for. But Executor, nonetheless, very, very important. Yes, lots of Lightspeed bundle bloat on every roster nowadays, E-Man. Okay. See ya, Caleb. I am going to... Hey, Rebel RX, welcome. Hey, Ryrock. I wish you guys were coming in sooner, but unfortunately, we are ending for the day. I have to be somewhere in like 7 minutes. So look at his bounty hunters, please. Porter K. They're bounty hunters. I mean, not awful speed on Bosk. I'd like to see higher, but not awful. His grief needs work. His grief mods need work. Yeah. With how low your Razor Crest is, you might do Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Master Luke and then circle back to Executor, honestly. But it just kind of depends. Okay. Yeah, no problem, my friend. I do got to get going, but it has been good to see all of you. Let's hit this button. You can find it. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, we are going to see if we can find someone to raid. I don't know who's streaming today. I know for a fact someone's streaming on Twitch because someone's always streaming on Twitch. Twitch is always popular. But thank you guys for being here. It has been good to see all of you. Sorry I haven't been streaming lately. It's been a busy week and a rough week. We've had a lot of technical difficulties and PC breaking and other things breaking in my life. And it's my birthday tomorrow, and so, you know, trying to go out with my brother while he has a baby and stuff has been rough. you know, trying to have a good time. But thank you to those who contributed to the dam today. Big thanks to Nathaniel and Chezeballz. You guys are awesome. Big thanks to ADP for gifting some memberships. I really appreciate it, my dude. Love you. We will see you guys tomorrow. We'll do another stream like this, doing some panic farms, having a good time. Maybe we'll play some Outlaws. I don't know. It's my birthday, so I might throw in some weird stuff just for fun to enjoy it to the fullest for myself. But I do enjoy being here with you guys, so I'm going to stream tomorrow. So I will see you guys in the next video, which is going to be tomorrow. Love each and every one of you. Let's find someone to raid really quick because I have somewhere to be. Okay, over on Twitch, let's find you guys a raid. Raid Shadow Legends. I'm surprised they haven't reached out to me for a sponsorship. I'm gonna be honest. We're waiting for that day. One of these days you'll see me and we'll just be sitting here talking Galaxy Heroes. I'll be like, change guilds, also raid Shadow Legends. It'll be a great time. Okay, looks like there is no one currently streaming on YouTube that I can see. What was that? Oh, Ryrock, thank you for the 300 biddies, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so it looks like no one's streaming on YouTube, which is sad. But on Twitch, we have... Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. There is one person streaming on Twitch. Wow, there is no one streaming today. That's crazy. Well, you guys go give him a big damn welcome. Tell him hello from the Beaver Dam. I'm sad that we're not rating anyone on YouTube, but hey, we do what we can when we can. I love each and every one of you. Thank you guys for being here on this impromptu stream, and I will see you guys in the next video.